Hi, I'm Sean with Dual Horizon Solutions, where we thrive to provide the best Salesforce service. Below is my teammates at the consulting firm. We've been asked by the U.S. government as well as other organizations to create a food pantry system to tackle current problems. What problems you might ask is the current demand. So in U.S. and possibly other places around the world, other countries, um, there's a huge demand increase in going to food pantries. This could be due to inflation. 90% of food banks reported that seeing a demand for food assistance. So there's shortage on the shelf there. So there's more demand than what there is supply, so not enough being donated to tackle on the current uptick in demand. Also, 31% increase in 2002, which is the largest since 2008. In 2008, there was a recession. So the inflation, rise of mass layoffs could be a couple variables. Could be like some stack inflation going on where some individuals' salary is increasing to go with the to offset the rise of inflation. So there's an imbalance there that can cause problems. And our solution is a system that combines different techniques to tackle all the problems in one application. So we have an alert when food gets below 10. So someone donated like a donator donated 200 apples and it got down to 9. It was an alert. The system keeps track of volunteers and allows a accessible way so they can go online to volunteer and sign up to be a volunteer once approved. I mean, sign up for a shift once approved. So first they have to apply to be a volunteer. And once they're approved, they can sign up for a shift. And also too, we have a score metrics to make sure the food pantries are running and helping out the community good. So they get scored on hopefully foods such as fruits and vegetables. They get scored on food not being expired, and also to social events. This could be like yoga. It could be clean up the neighborhood. Anything that gets the community together and interacting. It could be like nutritious um, knowledge sections, which is good because then who's going to the food pantry can be alert on what food to get to live a healthy life. So anything like to get the community together and have some kind of good. It could be cookouts as well. And it doesn't have to be at the food pantry, but it's just associated with a food pantry. It can be up at a park or wherever. Um, the donor information is tracked, so we can contact the donors in a secure way. We have reports that can do waste versus food used. Uh, Keep track of how often the donor donates, so how frequency there. Like Amazon versus like Goodwill donating, or also to the amount of um, food pantries in a given city. Like Chicago might have more than another city. Here's the current donor item process, which uses just paper and Excel. A lot of data can be lost. Maybe couldn't read the handwriting or in that, no automation, so not convenient. And here's our future process. So what our application tackles, you have the food pantry, and then the record is created. You have the donor and donator item, and then the record is created, and then automatically there's an inventory created partially, and then when you're ready to enter in the more data in there, so when you do your inventory, you can easily just fill out the inventory, and then if the donor donates 20 or 200 apples, some kind of amount that's higher than 10, and then you do your inventory and it becomes 9, you get a task. The coordinator here will get a task, and then this right here is a donor. This is the coordinator. So the task will come down here and alert the coordinator to find more apples. So then they can call up the donator here. Moving on to our other process, the current state of the volunteer process, because this app handles two main sides. One is the donor food tracking. The other is the volunteer. So here's the current process. This is pretty much the same just paper sheets in Excel. Primitive. You're going to lose a lot of data because of not being able to read it. Maybe when you type it, you just enter it wrong or something like that. No real automation going on. More chances for data loss. And then here's our future state with becoming a volunteer. You go to the website as a guest and they fill out a form and it goes to approval process. The approval process goes down to a task to the coordinator, and then the coordinator can pick to approve or reject them. Maybe they could only work 2 hours and the coordinator thought that was that much of a commitment and rejected them, then they can apply later on. And then another one was like 10 hours, maybe had the right skills. So the coordinator can pretty much do like a rough interview, kind of know the volunteer and see how committed they are, and approve or reject them accordingly. And then once they become a volunteer, they can fill out a form to work at some kind of event or the food pantry, and then that gets created and an email sent out. In both processes, so we get an email just to alert them that confirmation that it went through, and then we can see it in action. So we go to the food pantry, we create a new food pantry, so we can say like West Springfield, and there's other fields, but for the sake of time, we don't have to fill them out. Here's these dynamic fields just to show um, if the food pantry isn't open up on Saturdays, we can uncheck that, so it's dynamic. And then we have to put in the city because we do reports, and also too there's a map as well, just to get it to be accurate. Because there could be other states could have Springfield name in that. And if we go to the home here, just take a second and we refresh it, we can see that we have Springfield here. There should be 3. I have to refresh again. But here's our West Springfield food pantry, and we click on it, we can see it's there. Maybe there's only 2. No, there should be 3. I just have to refresh again. With the reports, since I'm over here, we have our donor report, so who donated more frequently. We have our food and food versus taken reports, so how many used versus wasted in an inventory. You notice this one has more of a gap, and it just tracks it over time. Oh, I just somehow spelled it wrong. And then we can see it working as this user here. So we have the food pantry. We can go on to the donated party and item. So we can just create a new one for West Springfield profit. And what are they going to donate? You can just say chips. And then optionally you can have a cost there. Maybe some are more premium items at discounted rate, like maybe turkeys or something like that. 100 turkeys for like, I don't know, $50 or something that's usually discounted. And some of it's free. So it just depends on who's donating and if they're charging or not. Most wouldn't be charged, but in some cases it could be charged. And then what the item is. In this case it'd be like snacks. And then the quantity. So let's say 250 bags of chips. And then it can be non-food as well. It's mainly for food, but it could be like jackets or clothes, something like that. Something that's donated that someone could need as well. Expiration date. And then we have the donation type, which in this case is food. Here's the non-donation category as well. So like hygiene, like deodorant or toothbrushes or whatever. And then we just say that, and we say what kind of entity we are. So in this case, we're a nonprofit. And then here's fields for contact. So if you need to get a hold of them again, maybe running low on supplies on the items, and then you just call and see if they can donate again. Was it West? And then we say that. And the next step, what we do is go to our inventory. As a coordinator, maybe it's a week later, I'm doing inventory. Another add-on feature would be associate the right record. But this is the only field that we have to update besides filling out our inventory here. So we know that they donated 250. The remaining is what they donated in this case because we haven't filled in anything. So maybe we have 242. That's a lot of bags of chips taken away within a week. We say that, we see that we got 8 there. which is calculating right. And if we go to the home as a coordinator, I can see that it says West Springfield Food Pantry has a shortage of chips, and just alerts me to call some kind of local donators. Ideally, would want to contact a donator that donated to the food pantry, but you can contact all the donators in your on the list. And then we have our food metric pantry system. So this is a way to hold the pantry accountable. And then this can also be automated in the future, this name here, so you don't have to type it out. It was Springfield food metric. And then we associate with the food pantry that is. And then here, if I put 12, and then either on the rest blank, I can get it here. Either of them can be blank, and either of them can be less than 10, because out of 40 points. So 10, 10, 10. And then if I forgot that one, I'll get it here. Let's say I give them a 0 because I don't have an event. They scored a 75 there. And here's our easy access tab to see all the food pantries. And that's it for the donation item and inventory side. And now it's the volunteer side of the application. So I got to go here, and then you see all these food pantries, and then it's also dynamic. I can search. So I can search down to the pure food pantries, and then I go here, and I can become a volunteer. Not really creative with names. And I go to the volunteer. You can see it was created. Also, I can go to my email. We can see that it's created with a new approval process. So Bob Barker 2 and talent graduations. All the best and have fun volunteering. And then we have our approval process because it's not official until it becomes active. Right now, he's just submitted for review. So as a coordinator, I would get this task alert, let me know to review this volunteer. Pretty much just give him like a kind of soft interview to see what his skills is, how many hours he can work, and if it works out with the food pantry or event, basically that he's available. Now I just go to the volunteer related. This is automatically given to approval process. So there's no button that you have to push. So I just approve them. Approved. We can see that he's an active volunteer now. Now I can also update an image. So I go back in. So now as a volunteer, let's say I want to update my profile image. I should have another tab. Let's say I'm Joe Blow. And I want to update my profile image. I can go to the volunteer form here. I have to make sure I have to log in again. This time I'll make another tab. Copy the email. And log in again into the portal. Again, here's the food pantries. Here's the records. I know I'm logged in. I can see the records here. Let me know what I want to sign up for. What food pantry, prior diagnosis 1-2, and then what kind of event I want to sign up for. This one is a cleanup, so community outreach event. Paste this in here, and then I can upload a file, some kind of image. And then go back here, volunteer. And then you see that the image did upload, and I didn't have to be in Salesforce. I can just upload the image from the digital experience website. And now, since I am a volunteer, I can sign up to actually volunteer. And give it a working email. And then you can choose food pantry or an event. But again, the event is just an event that the food pantry is hosting. It's just a way to gain more community, morale of the neighborhood. So something like a cookout, a yoga session, like a community outreach where you clean up the community, something like that, just to gather and do something positive. Um, and then I think we did West Springfield. Hit next, and then we'll get an email. And then we did get an email for the volunteer, let them know what they signed up for, and then the location of it, so some details. And the next step would be to do the hours. So you become a volunteer, and once you're a volunteer, you sign up, and then you just have to do your shift hours, or the coordinator will. So we can track the hours. So as a coordinator, I would just fill this out. This can also be automated in the future as well. So this, a lot of things is customized, can be tweaked. This can be automated instead of filling this out, the name field here. So it's Bob Barker 2. And then the form, and then that time. So like 8. Say we're doing 5:15, just to make it an odd number. And then we can see it calculated 555 minutes, and here's it in hours. And that is the application. So again, it has 2 parts. One is keeping track of the donors and items of the food pantry, and then the food pantry metric, so how well they're doing. And then the other part is for the volunteer. They just help out with staffing. So you can always have the volunteer stock shelves or to help out with events. Maybe there's a volunteer that's really good with like yoga or something like that. They could lead yoga sessions or art sessions or some kind of interesting event, or just nutrition. Maybe someone is knowledgeable of nutrition, going to college for that, or graduate and can give some education on that. So then who goes to the food pantry can pick out healthy items based on their lifestyle. Um, so this is a system as a whole. And again, easy to track the items, know when an item is low. And if it's low, you can just go to the donation party and contact one of these in here. And a secure way to contact whoever is donating, and keep track of volunteers to be able to help out with staff, your paid staff. So this will ease off tension. So people aren't overworked. You can always have volunteers come in and help out. Thank you.